asked, I get the most commonly asked question is, what's the one thing that's most important to putting? And I laugh because I wish there was one thing that I could put up in a little bottle and sell it on the shelf. So I always tell people the most important thing to putting, nobody likes this answer, the most important thing is time. And they go, well, what do you mean time? I said, well, most guys on the tour started playing when they were young. They putted, playing golf all their lives, and they learned how to putt over years and years of practice. So that doesn't help you, does it? That's not a good tip. But that is the most important thing to becoming a good putter, spending time doing it. Now, if I were going to write a book on putting, and I've been asked to write a book on putting, what are the fundamentals to being a great putter? And to me, if you define fundamentals are things that everybody does, right? So to me, the fundamentals of putting, everybody holds on to the putter. That's a fundamental. But they don't all hold it on to the putter the same way, right? I mean, I hold on to the putter with a reverse overlap grip. It's a common grip. But I know a lot of players, Jim Furyk, holds the putter left hand low. A lot of guys don't even use two hands touching each other. Some guys have it touching their body. So is the grip a fundamental? I don't think so. I've seen players that have very strong grips. I see players with very weak grips. I think you have to be comfortable. I think things have to match a little bit in your stroke. But I would never say that absolutely have to hold it one way. But what I like to see, now what a fundamental is and what my preferences are would be different. So my preference to holding on to the putter is, I like to see the putter in the fingers of the hand, the fingers of your hand. Now, it seems to me, anybody here have yips? Ever missed a short putt? Yeah? Okay, so I've missed a lot of short putts. I like to feel like I use my fingers to pick up small objects. If I had to bend over and pick up your bag here, I'd pick this up with the fingers. It would be in the fingers of my hand. I wouldn't pick this thing up in my palms. I see a lot of instructors, a lot of people think they need to hold it more diagonally in the lifeline. I don't buy that. I think it needs to be in the fingers of your hand. So the only finger that doesn't touch the grip in my hand is my left index finger, because that's overlapped off the golf club. So I'll walk around slowly and show you my grip. This is a very common grip, probably the most commonly used grip on the tour. It's called the reverse overlap. So the only finger that's not on the shaft is left index finger. Everything else is touching the shaft, and the thumbs, your two thumbs, should be somewhat down the middle of the shaft. Any questions here on this grip? All 5 fingers of the right hand are on the shaft. So one of the other things I think is really important, and is a preference, it's not a fundamental, you don't have to do this, but I like this. Your right index finger, your trigger finger, the one you pull the trigger with, I like to separate that from my middle finger. So there's a little gap right there in the right index finger. There's a lot of feel in there, and I feel pressure in the shaft on my full swing as well as on the putter, but I get a lot of feel in the right index finger of the right hand. So those are the keys to my putting grip. Now, how hard do you hold on to the putter? Most of the time, who's not a good putter here? Who's a lousy putter? You're a lousy putter? Henry says he's a good putter. Now hold on to the putter like you would hold it. And then put the putter into my hand. Now, I got it, right? So most of the time when I take a putter from somebody, see how I can't move his arms? I would say Henry's arms are too tight. When I can't move the putter like this from somebody, I think they're holding on to this putter too tight. Now, here's the trick. This is important. So you want to hold on to it to the that your arms aren't squeezed to death. You feel like your upper arms, your triceps, your biceps are soft. But don't hold on to it so loose that if I twist, see how I'm twisting the putter now? He's relaxed his grip. Hold on to it hard enough that I can't twist. But hold on to it soft enough that I can pull your arms without pulling the putter out of your hands. Hold on to the grip hard enough. So now his arms are moving, but I can't twist. Right? That makes sense? Okay, so let me take this back from you. Thank you. Now, if you were to pull this putter from me now, pull. See how my arms go nice? Twist. You can't twist it out of my hand. So you're allowed to have grip pressure that's strong enough to hold on to the putter, but you're not allowed to have arm tension that doesn't allow the putter to swing, because you need to have the putter swing. Does that make sense? Anybody believe that? Now, I just did an instructors forum up for Titleist. We had Stan Utley, the putting guru, Butch Harmon, and Todd Anderson, who won Teacher of the Year. We were all talking about golf and putting. And one of the things Stan Utley said was he teaches his students to be wristier with their chipping and putting, and I like that. It's hard to be wristy when you're squeezing onto the club so hard that it doesn't move. So I don't mind if you're being wristy and you release the putter a little bit. Another question that we were asked that I thought was an incredible question, one of the lady professionals inside asked this question: is there a difference when you're teaching an LPGA player and a PGA Tour player in their levels of games? What do they do differently or better or worse? And the woman that asked that was a professional up in Connecticut. She does a lot of teaching. Butch Harmon answered it quickly, and Butch doesn't really care about political correctness. He says women's short games stink compared to men. And he said it just like that, and I thought, oh my God, I would never say it like that. Because if you think about putting in the short game, it really doesn't require a lot of strength, does it? You don't have to have a lot of strength or endurance to be a good putter. It doesn't require a whole lot of skill or movement in your body. But the statistics would show, it's interesting, that men on the PGA Tour have better putting stats than women do. So I don't know if that's, they don't practice as much. I can't quite understand it. So maybe just having an idea of spending a lot of time doing this one. Oh, louder. Oh, okay. I'm not used to be. How's that? Is that better? Okay. This is kind of Hollywood here.